Recently, I've noticed a lot of people posting videos of their home gyms. I've enjoyed watching them, and so I decided to give you a little tour of mine. The first thing people notice when they come in here is this wall, which displays many of the awards I've won over my almost 10 years competing in grip and almost 25 years competing in arm wrestling. I realize not everyone's big on awards, but I like them, and looking back on them brings back a lot of great memories. In front of this wall, you'll notice that I have a squat rack, a pull-up bar, and an adjustable bench, which allows me to do most of my general full body strength training. I have another bench here, and over here I have an elliptical trainer. I go through phases of using it, from weeks where I'm on it every day to several months where it just gathers dust. Over here I have a couple of arm wrestling tables, which I can't say have been used much lately either. Scattered around the floor are a variety of exercises that are staples in my grip workouts. While in general my training is tailored to whatever's coming up in the next grip contest, I train these lifts year round. Double overhand deadlifts with an axle, 3-inch stacks and bar deadlifts, rotating handle lifts, and the wrist wrench. I think these are great pieces of equipment to build a good grip strength foundation. And I just love how the wrist wrench targets the wrist. If I were to recommend a single piece of grip equipment for arm wrestlers, it would probably be the wrist wrench or a similar device. For the rotating handle, I most often use either the Rolling Thunder from Iron Mind or an FBBC crusher. Right now I'm using the 2.25-inch crusher because it's one of the 4 events that will be contested in this October's King Kong contest. The rest of the stuff in my gym is very grip-centric. I've got a lot of different grip gizmos, doodads, whatchamacallits. I'll just highlight a few of the more unique or interesting ones. Here I have a couple of challenge dumbbells. The silver one is the Stronger Grip Monster Bell, which features a 3-inch rotating handle and is loadable. When loaded with enough weight, it poses a great challenge, and it really just looks cool. Next to it is the famous 172.5-pound inch dumbbell. The difficulty in lifting it comes from the handle diameter, which is 2 3/8 inches, and the globes are fixed. It just feels like it wants to spin out of your hand when you try to lift it. You'll notice that I have a whole bunch of loading pins. Every year I host a few grip contests, and many feature grip medleys where competitors have a set amount of time to complete 20 or more grip feats. Loading pins are required for most of these feats, so that's why I have so many of them. You'll also notice that I have a bunch of anvils. Generally, the objective is to lift the anvil by its horn with one hand, or by the face, the top part, with 1 or 2 hands, depending on the size. I'm sometimes asked where you can get an anvil. I've been fortunate to find all of mine locally via online classified ads like Kijiji. You don't want to pay shipping for these, because they're expensive to begin with, and shipping could easily double the price. Here I have a 132-pound clevis that I thought could serve as a cool grip feat. The challenge is to grasp it by the 3.3-inch pin and lift it with one hand. It's actually not that hard, but I find it really looks cool. And this one was an eBay find. This here is a loadable circus weight custom made for me by Barrel Strength Systems. I could theoretically load it several hundred pounds and attach any grip device to it. I like it because it has that old strong time feel. In between, I have an assortment of grip tools. Someone who just wants to train his grip or his or her grip doesn't need all this stuff. I have it because I compete in grip and I also host contests. Events periodically change, so over the years the collection is built up. I also take grip contests quite seriously, so if possible I generally purchase the equipment that will be included in upcoming contests. The best way to train for a given event is to train with the specific piece of equipment. I also have a bunch of grippers, ranging from very easy all the way to very hard. Once again, the reason I have so many is because I host contests. I have 3 weight plate trees and a couple thousand pounds of plates. One person doesn't need this much weight, but once again, because I often feature grip medleys and grip contests that I host, it's not unusual for me to require 2,000 to 3,000 pounds of plates. As for decor, I have banners of many of the grip and arm wrestling events and organizations that I've invested considerable time and effort into over the years. Events and organizations of which I'm very proud to have helped develop. On this wall, I have a map that shows the various places I've been to either compete or organize grip or arm wrestling contests or tournaments. It's fun to think of all the road trips I've done over the years with so many friends. Here's another eBay find. It's a poster that was used to promote the 1974 World Wrist Wrestling Championship in Petaluma. As you probably know, I'm fascinated with the history of arm wrestling, so I was pretty jazzed when I came across this. The rest is an assortment of pictures, mostly of my kids competing in either arm wrestling or grip. I think I love watching them compete more than I like competing myself. Got some sledgehammers down here. Once again, a lot of things you can do to train with, training with the sledgehammers, and often they're used in grip contests. So there you have it. A little glimpse of my training dungeon.